What's going on, guys? Alright, so today we are going to work on finishing the engine for the Civic. I've got it most of the way done. I need to install the cams. I'm going to show you guys a couple of tricks to go along with that. So on the crankshaft side of things, you've got the timing gear for the bottom of the timing belt. There's two styles. This is the earlier style, AWD 1 or AWD 0. The AWD 2 cars will have this one, which has this extra reluctor wheel. You can use either one. In either case, you're going to need either one of these washers if you're using this style. If you're using the older style, you're going to have two, so there's going to be one on each side. With these washers, they're supposed to go on a certain way, and it may be really hard to tell on the camera here, but it's got a bevel to it, and that bevel is going to go towards the belt. So you want this smoother side of the washer towards the belt. The only reason I'm saying this is when I took this engine apart, one of the washers had been installed backwards. So this one was facing the wrong direction, and it actually had damaged the timing belt. So just make sure that when you guys put these together, if you're using this style, so you'll have a washer on either side, or with the newer style you're going to have just the one, and it'll look kind of like that when it's on the crank. So we'll take this and that'll go on there. And then with this older one, you can see it's got the Woodruff key is built in. On the newer style, it just has a slot, so you actually have to have the separate Woodruff key if you're using this newer style. So that'll go on there, and then this other washer goes on the outside, and then your belt will go on there. I got to get the cams and stuff put on first. So I've got the new Skunk 2 Pro 2 cams that are going to go in the engine, and I'm going to get this on time lapse, and I will see you guys here in a little bit. Alright, when you get to putting these cam caps on, these ones over here on the timing belt side, you're going to want to put a little dab of Honda Bond or Ultra Gray or whatever you prefer right here in the corner. And you're going to put that basically in the corner of each of these cam caps where it meets the seal to prevent it from leaking. You'll also want to do that on this side. So this is where you're going to have the other seal. So it depends on what you've got. So I've got this aluminum STR seal. It's got some O-rings on it, and then I'll still put some sealant in there also to prevent it from leaking down the front side. And again, you'll put a little bit of sealant in the corners right here basically, and then when you tighten the cam cap down, just a little bit of sealant will come out, and that's what you want. You don't want to overdo it, particularly on this end, so that you don't get sealant into the cam bearing area, which is along here. So only put sealant right here next to the seal. Okay, I got the cams installed, so I'm going to show you guys how to line up the timing belt, where all the marks are located on all the different components on there. So on the bottom end, you've got that little mark right there, and that'll coincide with this line right here. And then on the cam gears, depending on what you have, they're all going to have these two center ones. And then there's going to be one on the top of each of the gears. So these will go up. These two will go together. And then usually there's one on either end as well. So you want all those lined up when you have this thing with the #1 cylinder at top dead. So the way that you know that this thing is at top dead is with the crank down here. And that's this mark on the oil pump's going to line up with this mark on this lower gear. So this is all put together. This is basically as far as I can go right now. I've got to wait for Shane so that we can degree the cams. So I put these Skunk 2 cams in here, and I need to get those degreed since I put the pretty high compression pistons in there, and we need to make sure that there's not going to be any interference. So I need to get those set up. But just wanted to say thanks for joining me tonight, guys, while I was working on the engine a little bit. Want to put something out for you guys. If you have any comments, please leave them below. I'll read them, and make sure you guys like and get subscribed, and I'll have more coming for you real soon. Have a good night.